Hello everyone! We're now in the quarter 1, week 8, day 1 with the topic Writing an Informational Text. But before we start our lesson, let me tell you first the learning competencies and objectives. At the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to produce a text with introduction, body, and conclusion in conveying idea using introduction, body, and conclusion. Write an informational text and complete an outline of an informational text with the needed details. What do we get from these reading materials? You're right. Information. What kind of information do we usually get from the reading materials? Can you share what you already know about informational text? Can you share other examples of informational text you have encountered or read in your daily lives? In this lesson, the learner should be able to write your own informational text and emphasize that informational text provide facts and information about a specific topic. What is an informational writing? An informational writing is when you write to share facts and teach about a topic like animals, places, or how something works. It helps people learn new things. Informational texts tell facts and they are non-fiction. Here are some examples of non-fiction. They are informational because they teach facts about a topic. For example, the history of the Philippines, science investigations, and historical life works and writings. Informational texts often have a special text features like table of contents. It's a list of chapters or sections in the text found at the beginning. It helps you find what you're looking for. Headings, found at the top of each section that tell you what the section is about. And the glossary, a list of important words and their meanings, usually at the end of the text. It helps you understand new words. Here are some examples of informational text. Books about animals. This type of text teaches you the facts about different animals. It has headings like lions or tigers, and under each heading there are subheadings such as where they live or what they eat. The text is full of facts and is organized clearly, so it's easy to find information. Next are textbooks. A school textbook explains things like science or history. It has headings to show the main topic of each chapters and subheadings to break down the details and facts to help you learn, and has a clear structure with titles, sections, and bold words. Now for the magazine articles. A magazine article might explain something like how rainbow form. It has clear heading at the top and uses facts to explain the process step by step. Each part is organized in a way that makes it easy to read and understand. For the subheadings like what is rainbow or how does light create a rainbow. For more examples of informational text like news articles, these are short texts that tell you about current events happening around the world. They provide facts and updates on important topics. While the travel logs, these are stories or reports written by people who travel to different places. They describe the locations, cultures, and experiences of the writer. While the feature articles, these are longer articles found in magazines or newspapers that explore a topic in detail, such as a person's life, a special event, or an interesting subject. While for the textbooks, These are books used in schools to teach subjects like science, math, or history. They're full of facts and information to help students learn. While the recipe books, these provides instructions on how to cook different dishes. They include list of ingredients and step-by-step directions. And the brochures, these are small booklets or pamphlets that give information about a specific place, product, or service, often used for advertising or travel. Now we're going to discuss about the different parts of the informational text. First is about the topic. The topic is what the book is all about. The topic of this book is about the history of the Philippines. So, how are you going to write a topic? So, here are the procedures. First is by choosing a topic. But how are you going to choose a topic? Of course, what we're going to do first is to have a brainstorming. It means to think a lot of ideas to solve a problem or talk about a topic and think of some ideas that you know a lot about. Example, you know a lot about planets or about dogs. Next is think who will be your audience, the people who will read your writing. If your audience are younger kids, think what they like toys, or if at the same age as your age, about different animals, or if older people, about a country like the Philippines. Think about what they want to learn. Pick something interesting or useful for them. Consider their age and knowledge. Choose a topic that fits their level of understanding. Focus on what matters. Select a topic that will help benefit them in some way. Make it engaging. And choose a topic that will help their attention and curiosity. The next one, of course, is you need to think. You need to ask questions like, what do you know a lot about? Or, what can you teach your audience? And lastly, what are we really interested in? The next step is to choose. Maybe you can choose about like the dogs, like a particular breed, but which one? Maybe about Shih Tzu. Maybe you know a lot about Shih Tzus, which many of your classmates love pets, especially dogs like Shih Tzu. Since you have a Shih Tzu, you can teach your classmates about Shih Tzus. The next step is to gather information. Gathering information is to gather accurate and relevant information about your chosen topic. You should have reliable resources like books, reliable websites, and articles. The next step is to have planning. It helps authors organize ideas and write clearly. Now let us discuss the different parts of informative text. First is the introduction or the topic sentence or the attention grabber. Next is the subtopics, which are the smaller parts of the main topic and give more details. And the last part is the closing, which is the ending part that summarizes the information. Now that you decide that your topic is about Shih Tzu, let's plan how you will start writing about Shih Tzus. Divide your topic into smaller parts. If you will write about Shih Tzu, what smaller topic can you write about it? And that will be the subtopics. If your topic is about Shih Tzu, you're going to discuss first about the appearance of Shih Tzu, the personality of Shih Tzu, and care of Shih Tzu. Now with the plan, first you will write the introduction about the Shih Tzu, then the subtopics, and each will have its own section, And lastly, you will write about the closing. So now you're ready to write. Now, you already have a plan for writing about Shih Tzu. You're now ready to write your introduction. Now let's have a deepening understanding of the key idea. Now let's have a learning activity sheet. Complete the outline of an informational text with the needed details. Read the selection and complete the outline. The life cycle of a butterfly. The life cycle of a butterfly starts with an egg and ends with a beautiful butterfly. However, many changes must take place for this complete transformation to happen. First, a female butterfly lays many eggs on a leaf. After 5 days, small caterpillars hatch out of the eggs. The caterpillars, also known as larvae, are very hungry and begin to eat the leaf on which they hatched and nearby flowers as well. After a while, they get so big that they outgrow their skin and need to shed it. This is called molting, and they do it 4 or 5 times during the process. When the caterpillar is fully grown, it forms a hard coating around itself. The coating is the same color as the trees and leaves, which help keep it protected. It is called chrysalis. The chrysalis hangs from the branch in the shape of a letter J. After 10 to 14 days, the butterfly starts to come out of the chrysalis, also known as the pupa. One wing will emerge, followed by the other wing, and finally, a full butterfly will be seen leaving an empty casing. The wings of butterflies are wet right when they come out, but after a short while, they dry and the butterflies are able to fly. Then, the process begins. Again, when the female butterfly lays another group of eggs on a leaf. Write about the title, the topics about the egg, what will be the subtopics. Now you need to fill out everything with the text that you read earlier. And here are the answers. For the generalization, what does an informational text include? What are the steps to follow in writing an informational text? For the evaluation, read the selection and complete the outline. How plants grow. Plants need sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil to grow. The process begins when a seed is planted in the ground. With the right amount of water, the seed starts to sprout. The roots grow downward into the soil and a small stem pushes up toward the sunlight. Over time, leaves appear on the stem and the plant begins to make its own food using sunlight through a process called photosynthesis. As the plant gets more sunlight and water, it continues to grow and produce flowers or fruits. Now answer the outline. You may pause this video to answer these. Here are the answers. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow to continue our discussion about the informational text. Goodbye.